20 Indian soldiers have fallen, killed in action, combating Chinese soldiers at the line of actual control. That's a top focus story. This is news that's just coming in. 20 braves of the Indian Army of the Bihar Regiment, led by their commanding officer, Colonel Babu, they were killed in action. So the Chinese soldiers, we are told, they were to retreat from Patrol Point 14. That was the agreement at the level of commanders. The Chinese agreed, and then they stabbed India in the back. That's a top focus story. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's news director Rahul Kawal, who's joining us with more on the story. Rahul, you are breaking this big and a very disturbing story. Rahul, we've lost 20 braves at the line of control in Ladakh.
Well, first and foremost, there was so much of a delay because the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, the Defence Minister and the External Affairs Minister and the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Defence Staff are monitoring the situation even at this moment. We've been able to piece together some information which we want to break on your show, Gaurav, about what really happened. This map gives a broad sense of the geography and the topography at play. I'll explain what's happening. This is the area where the Galwan River meets with the Shyok River. This is the Daulat Beg Oldie Road, the DSDBO road. So what happened last night is that the Chinese had promised that they would start disengaging and going back from Galwan Flashpoint PP14. PP14 means Patrol Point 14. The Chinese in the Lieutenant General level talks that happened on the 6th of June between our Lieutenant General and their Major General had promised that they would start disengaging. So a small verification platoon from the Indian Army, the 6th Bihar Regiment, actually took off from our positions to see whether the Chinese had disengaged from this point PP14. This is where the Chinese came from. This is the PLA Huation Bay, which is where their battalion is located, and there are two Chinese posts. Now there is this tarred road using which in the end of April and early May the Chinese had come in. So when the Indian Army went up to see whether the Chinese had gone back, and I just want to go to the next map to show this to your viewers, Gaurav. It was found that the Chinese army was still there at PP14, contrary to the promise that had been made. That's when the Indian Army boys asked the Chinese that why haven't you gone back? And suddenly and very quickly things led to a violent escalatory spiral, and there were fisticuffs. We were outnumbered 3-1, and then we asked for reinforcements to be brought in. There was an exchange, not of fire but of barbed wires, poles, rods. All kinds of stuff went down, and it went on for about 4 hours, during which some soldiers fell off. So there were some dead bodies that were lying there. The Indian commanding officers were badly beaten, and some soldiers fell off the ridge into the river. And from what we're told, the Chinese have also lost some soldiers, and some of those bodies they apprehended had actually come down the Galwan River towards the Indian side. So that broadly, Gaurav, is what we've been able to piece together. We're told that the toll could actually go up. 20 is the confirmation they have. Some bodies actually went in and some are still being traced and identified. The toll, unfortunately, could go up. This is really a worst-case scenario playing out between not just the two most populous countries in the world, but also two nuclear-armed neighbors. Gaurav.
Rahul, we have the bravest soldiers. You and I know that for a fact. We trusted the Chinese. They said they will withdraw. We just sent a verification team, and they attacked the verification team, and reinforcements came in. Rahul, is it true that our reinforcements also quickly fetched up, and that is where the real fight started? Colonel Babu was trying to ensure that the scuffle does not go out of hand. The Chinese started hitting us with clubs, with iron nails studded in them. It escalated. Apparently, there have been major fatalities and casualties on the Chinese side, Rahul.
The Chinese haven't put out their toll. Their claim is that we're trying to de-escalate. I don't see how that's the case. De-escalation would have required them to pull back. You're absolutely right. As a verification patrol party went up, they found that the Chinese were locked there. Reinforcements were called in. Reinforcements came up really quickly. And remember, and you can pretty much see it over here, it's a very, very narrow ledge. So that's where if you've got 200 boys very angry with each other, coming to blows, and you're on a narrow ledge, it's a problematic situation to be in, which is when some boys fell into the river. And Galwan, as you know, is not just a narrow river, it's a very fast-flowing river, and that's part of the problem. So we know that some of the injured boys have been taken to the Lev military hospital and are being treated over there. And yes, the army gave as good as it got, but the Chinese have been very treacherous. After agreeing on a disengagement, which the army and the government believed in, they refused to pull back, and that's the problem here, Gaurav. They've built up positions, and I want to show you on this map. Just 1 second, bear with me. The Chinese had promised that they would pull back to the Chinese post 1 and 2 along the Galwan River, that they'd come back to where they came from, and they've refused to do that, which is what led to this violent skirmish, which proved so fatal along the line of actual control. Gaurav.
Rahul, for the moment, many thanks for joining me.